Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and recently I've been absolutely enthralled by urban exploration videos. I just can't stop watching them. They make me fall asleep at night, they entertain me. I've basically just been living vicariously through them in my free time. Like, look how awesome this is. This stuff just calms me down so much. So I thought, why not make a score that feels like urban exploration? I've prepared some MIDI. Let's take a look. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Right now we're on an initialized Serum 2 preset, so we just have a saw wave. So instead of the saw wave, I think I'm gonna go with a granular table. And then let's go to factory, Vox. Let's use this A high long one. Let's see what that sounds like. All right, not bad. I'm going to press this little warp button here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go to manual here so that I can manually set the positions that I want it to play back at. So I think I like that position. I'm going to move this offset up. And you can see as I raise the offset, it basically goes through more of the sample as you raise the offset. And as it's lowered, then you only get a little bit of the sample. So that sounds beautiful already. I'm going to raise this attack a little bit, and I'm going to give it some release. Going to lower that decay a little bit. And already we have a beautiful start to the sound. Now I'm going to use a trick that I learned from Nest Acoustics. Shout out to him, one of the greatest. So I'm going to turn on Oscillator B. I'm going to turn this level all the way down because we don't actually want to hear it. Instead, I'm going to hit the warp button and then go FM from B. And now when I raise this knob, we're going to get that FM sound. Yeah, that's really awesome. So we're sort of blending traditional synthesis with granular synthesis and making something that's like a hybrid between something totally organic and a more familiar regular synthesizer sound. Great, now that we have the oscillators all set and done with, we can turn the filter on, and I'm also going to be randomizing and trying to make the movement of the filter a little bit more organic. One thing that we can do is just make a simple shape like this. With envelope 2, I'm going to drag it to the drive, for example. Let's see what that sounds like. This would actually be cool if it's inverse, maybe. So if I drag this the other way. So that it gets slightly louder as the chord is being held. We can go to envelope 3, make a very similar shape, and I'm going to just drag this to the cutoff, so the cutoff closes as the chord is being held. That's awesome. So now we have a beautiful movement within our filter, which makes it sound even more organic and less just stock synthesizer. And we can push this even further by, tweaking some of these other knobs in different ways. So let's give the resonance some movement. We could give this movement through an LFO, for example. You could go to like a Chaos, Lorenz, then map the X or the Y axis to the resonance. But you could also turn on the noise, for example. I'm going to go air can 1 or 2, and then you can just map the noise to the resonance as well. So let's see what that sounds like. So that sounds awesome, and you can see it's moving very quickly now, and if you want it to move slower, you can just turn the pitch down. Next, we can go ahead and add some just simple effects. Reverb is always a good choice for these lush pads. I'm going to cut the lows a little bit, set the mix to 100%, and let's see how that sounds like. Gorgeous. Let's put some delay as well. Maybe put the delay before the reverb. One thing I've recently loved doing is also automating these parameters, like the frequency and the Q factor, so that it moves like this. One way you could do that is just go to like a chaos, map the x-axis to the frequency and the y-axis to the Q. Let's put that in the middle, make it go both ways. Our LFO is moving like crazy, which is exactly what we want. Let's raise the mix up a little bit, feedback. So now you've added even more movement through the effects. One last thing we could do, I did this in my last preset as well, is we haven't done anything pitch-wise. So I'm gonna make this simple shape again. I'm gonna lower the release almost all the way. And then what we can do is we're gonna use this envelope to modulate the global main tuning. I don't think a lot of pitch variation will work with this pad. Like if I go an octave down, I don't think it'll sound very good. It's way out of tune now. So maybe we'll just go very little, like maybe -3% or 2%. So now I like the amount, but it's just taking a little too long to kick in. So I'm gonna make the decay shorter. Now we have a fantastically beautiful pad sound. One thing I did with the bass here is I just automated the filter so that we can hear some more higher frequencies as we get to the end of this little passage. So we can do the same thing in Serum 2. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to map this first macro knob to the cutoff. And then as it plays, we now have like master control of the cutoff as I raise this macro 1 knob. Go back here. That's awesome. So now the filter opens up on both the bass and our new pad sound. And you can go as crazy as you want with this. I'm just using delay and reverb, but you could use stuff like Bode as well. It's always fun with these sounds. Like you can even automate that, what I'm doing right now with the blur, for example. Like go to LFO2, just drag this over, go to BPM, set this to a bar, and just map it to the blur. Let's see what that sounds like. But let's do envelope. So that's awesome. You can play with the mix there like I was just doing to sort of blend it in, because I think it's a little bit much when the mix is all the way up. I think it sounds good at like 10-15%. So now I'm just gonna bounce this to audio and then put the final touches on it. Now I'm just gonna put a limiter on it. Let's bounce that. And let's see if we can add our favorite trusty plugin, the RX950. I love this plugin so much, if you haven't noticed from last week's video as well, especially for its like audio bandwidth function and the filter. I think I'm only going to use it just to do a filter sweep right at the end. Yeah, bounce that. Let's have a listen to the whole thing now. I think this sounds like urban exploration to me if I had to score it. That mysterious feeling. I love that. Alright, and that'll just about do it for this week's video. Thank you so much if you stayed to the end. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, in the bio, I've got a bunch of free resources on my Gumroad page. I'm talking about Afro House kicks, Serum 2 Tech House presets, a Prophet 5e guide if that synthesizer ever confused you, and a couple of other amazing free resources for you guys. So all of those are linked down below in the bio. Again, thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. I really appreciate all the support. I can't tell you how much it means to me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.